have to perform a bevel every time we approach an indirect restoration like a PIAR in a posterior tooth? I'm telling this because recently some guys, some colleagues asked me if it makes sense, don't do a bevel. Why you think that is an option, don't approach an onlay preparation without a bevel? Okay, I tell you the truth. The bevel for me is one of the possible preparation like in the classification of the article of 2017 that I published in International Journal of Aesthetic Dentistry, and I'm performing more bevel compared in the past. But for sure we have to consider that when we talk about bevel, we are not talking about the shoulder with the bevel, like I learned when I was a dental technician student for crowns, for classical crowns, for metal crowns, but we are talking about just the main finishing line should be a bevel. So we are talking a bevel that is staying not in the cervical area, because in that case usually the shoulder is the first indicated design prep. We are talking about a preparation that involves in some way an occlusal surface, an occlusal third, or the middle third, but mainly more on the occlusal area. Okay. So in that case, as I classified in this article on 2017, we can have two options. Butt joint, that is a flat preparation, that for some author is the more classical adhesive preparation in the adhesive area for this type of restoration. Or we can create that butt joint and then bevel it. Okay, this bevel absolutely is not something very deep, very long. It could be around 1 millimeter, 1.5 millimeters maximum. And this is an option, okay? And nowadays maybe is a little bit more trendy compared to the butt joint. And this is why these guys ask me, why you are not beveling every time? So I want to share with you, for me, what are the advantages and disadvantages of this approach. As first advantage, we can talk about more enamel involved in the preparation, so better surface for the adhesion. Then we can take advantage of the occlusal root, the enamel roots when we are in that part of the bevel close to the occlusal area, and then this could be another option. Another point very important for me, that is somehow we have these forces that are going possibly more centripetal, and then thanks to the bevel we can create this type of forces download. Another advantage could be in an aesthetic area, because we have a gentle transition when we have this interface in between restoration and tooth, and then we can have this more gentle transition, more aesthetic. In some cases, when we need more space because maybe we have the occlusal, the antagonist cusp that is not giving a lot of space when we do a butt joint, we can create a little bit more space for it, okay, for the restoration. And in 2021, when with the team, the aesthetic team, research group, we published 2 articles, always in International Journal of Aesthetic Dentistry. We have seen that the full bevel was the most resistant type of design compared all the other restoration, both onlay and full crown, and paradoxically also more than the sound tooth that was the control group. But here we can do many consideration about many factors that could be involved on this outcome. Anyway, the full bevel was absolutely higher resistant. Similar to the other, but a little bit better. So we have many advantages to create a bevel. So we can talk about the disadvantages now. Mainly the disadvantage is that we are a little bit more aggressive. The butt joint in many cases it works quite good, and it's not something that is not enough. And to create a bevel compared to a butt joint, it means that we have to prepare a little bit more that area of the tooth. And so this is not a very aggressive preparation, because if I have to decide to this or for a full crown even if it's minimal, is absolutely more aggressive. Exposed dentin. So it's not something absolutely strong like approach, but you have to remove a little bit more of the sound tooth. So this is my final reflection. You, as a clinician, has to decide that tooth, that type of occlusal forces, that type of structure, residual structure, and then you can decide to approach with a bevel that anyway gives you more offers you more benefits, or to keep a butt joint that anyway, in many cases, is a little bit more conservative and good enough. Okay, so up to you, and enjoy also the Onlays and the conservative approach. If you like this sharing, please share with your friends. Follow us on our social media channels, and see you at the next video. Do better than yesterday.